Okay, so let's look at question number 11 of the 2024 Combined Mathematics A-level paper. So the first part says, given fx equals x squared plus 2x plus c, where c is a real number, they have given that fx equals 0 has two real distinct roots. Given that, we have to show that c is less than 1. Right. So the important thing is this one, two real distinct roots. If the quadratic has two real distinct roots, we know discriminant has to be greater than or equal to 0. So b squared minus 4ac has to be greater than or equal to 0. So looking at our quadratic, b is 2. So we get 2 squared minus 4. A is 1 and c is c. So we get 1 times c. So then 4 minus 4c greater than 0, or 4c is less than 4, or c is less than 1. So that is the first part of question number 11 part A. Then the next part, they have mentioned that let alpha and beta be the roots of fx equals 0. So what is fx? Fx is x squared plus 2x plus c, right? So alpha and beta are the roots of fx equals 0, and we need to show that alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to 4 minus 2c, right? So to do this, we need to find the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. So the sum of the roots is given by minus b over a, and here b is what? B is 2, a is 1. So we have minus 2 there, and the product of the roots is given by c over a. So that is what? Just c, right? So now let's try to find alpha squared plus beta squared. This is what? Alpha squared plus beta squared is what? Alpha plus beta whole thing squared minus 2 alpha beta. So we can use this to get the answer for alpha squared plus beta squared. Alpha plus beta is what? That is minus 2. So minus 2 squared minus alpha beta is c. So we have that, and from that we get the result. Alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to 4 minus 2c, right? Then the last part of part A. So now they are saying c is non-zero and lambda is a real number, and then alpha plus 1 alpha and beta plus 1 beta are the roots of this quadratic, 2x squared plus 12x plus lambda equals 0. Given all of that, we have to find the value of c and value of lambda, right? So for this given quadratic, we know the roots are alpha plus 1 alpha and beta plus 1 beta. So we can write an expression for the sum of the roots. Alpha plus 1 alpha plus beta plus 1 beta is going to be equal to what? Minus b over a. So b is what? B is 12. So minus 12, and what is a? A is 2. So minus 12 over 2. Then let's simplify. Let's group them into things we know alpha plus beta from the previous part. Alpha plus beta is what? -2, and alpha beta is c, right? So from here we have alpha plus beta and plus 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta is equal to -6, and alpha plus beta is -2 from the previous section. Then let's simplify these two terms. You get alpha plus beta over alpha beta equals -6, or alpha plus beta over alpha beta is equal to -4. And now we know alpha plus beta is -2 and alpha beta is c. So using those two we can find the value of c. So alpha plus beta is -2, alpha beta is c, so this is equal to -4. Then we get what? 4c is equal to 2, or c is equal to half, right? So we found c using the sum of the roots. To find the lambda we will use the product of the roots, right? So alpha plus 1 over alpha times beta plus 1 over beta is going to be equal to what? C over a. So c is lambda, a is 2, so lambda over 2, right? Lambda over 2, and we already found the value of c, that we will use that. We will use c equals half when we are doing this calculation for lambda, right? Now simplify. Alpha beta, alpha over beta, beta over alpha, 1 over alpha beta is equal to lambda over 2, and we know c is half. So, and what is alpha beta? Alpha beta was also c from the previous part. So then we can write alpha beta as half. This one, let's simplify these two terms into alpha squared plus beta squared over alpha beta. 1 over alpha beta, or 1 over c becomes 2. So this will become lambda over 2. Right now, okay, now again, let's go back to this one. We have shown that alpha squared plus beta squared is equal to what? 4 minus 2c. So we will use that here. So we have half plus 4 minus 2c is alpha squared plus beta squared. Alpha beta is what? Alpha beta is just c over plus 2 lambda over 2. Now let's apply c equals half and get the answer. Half plus 3 over half plus 2 lambda over 2. Then we have half plus 8 equals lambda over 2, or lambda equals, let's multiply by 2, so lambda equals 17, right? So that is the answer for that part. So part A is done in question number 11, right? Next we will look at part B.